and welcome back to the channel. It is Deborah Nay here with Stewart Well Budgeting, and listen, we're back with another sit-down video. I'm glad that you have come to view the video. If you are here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry if you hear a little bit of breeze in the background. I have my fan going because it gets a little hot around these parts, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hop right into today's video. Sorry about the shaking, guys. I have been fiddling with this tripod stand for forever. So I'm gonna have to do some finagling. Hopefully it's not tilted the whole 9 yards. Listen, I am happy to be back with you all today. Today we're going to do a video, and before we start the video, let me make a disclaimer, okay? Yes, I have worked in the finance realm for the past 10 years as a profession. Yes, I have gone to school. I've got my associate's degree in business management. I graduate next year with my bachelor's degree in business management, and my master's degree will be a focus in financial management. But please understand that I am not by a long shot a financial guru, a financial advisor, any of that, okay? That's not who I am presently, okay? I have sat down, I've taken twice actually personal financial management courses. One course that I'm taking right now is financial management, and for my business management course and things like that. But please understand that though the knowledge is there, the knowledge base is there, adapting it all into my day-to-day life is not something that I began until a year ago, okay? So I've been doing budgeting on YouTube this past November for a year, but I want to say it was a little over a year since I actually started doing the budgeting and the cash stuffing method and savings challenges and all the things. And it has helped me to save so much more money. And fortunately, life happened, between the time that I began and now. And so I don't have the videos that everyone else may have, like, oh, let me count up how much I've been able to save this year, because as the year progressed, the money that I did save had to go somewhere. So, but next year, I'm determined that I will be a part of the crowd that's saying, this is how much money that I have saved at the end of the year. God, please. Like, literally, just let that be my story as well. But I put that disclaimer out there because what I'm about to say in this video, I want you to understand is what applies to me and what I have learned on my financial journey, okay? So today we're going to be doing a video on my budgeting journey, do's and don'ts. Again, everybody's personal financial planning and management system is going to be different simply because it's personal, right? Not everybody's life story is the same. There are some people who work full-time. There's some people who work part-time. Some people who work one job. Some people who work multiple jobs. Some people have one stream of income. Some people have multiple streams of income. Some people who are single parents, right? Who have kids who are adults who are navigating their own financial journey, or some who have kids who are young and they have to be their primary financer, right? Then you have people who are in single income households, and then you have people who are in dual income households, right? You have more than one income coming into your home. So everybody's situation is different. Some are retired, some are still working their jobs. And so you can't put a blanket statement out for everybody, okay? And what I want you to understand is that the things that I say are do's and don'ts pertain to what I have learned since I have begun my own personal savings journey. There may be some things that I say do that you may be like, no, I would disagree, it didn't work for me. That's okay. There may be some things that I say don't do that you're like, oh no, that worked for me, so you want something else. That's completely fine. Everybody's journey is individual. And there may be some things that I even mention that you're like, yes, I agree, right? So this is not to say that I am the blueprint at all. If you have watched this journey this year, you'll see I'm not the blueprint at all. I am finally learning how to put all of the wealth of knowledge and the things that I even see coming across YouTube with fellow budgeters, putting all that I am learning into action in my life, right? So it has not been an easy journey, but it has been a fun journey and one that I plan to continue to do for the rest of my life. So with that being said, I'm going to hop into my budgeting do's and don'ts that I have learned since I began this budgeting, savings challenge, and cash stuffing journey. Okay, so let's do the do's first. Let's do the do's first. I have 5 of them. And again, these are not going to be all of them that we can acknowledge, but if I went through all of my do's and don'ts, we'd be here till January the 1st. Okay, so let's hop right into it. My first one, that's a do, just get started. Hear me out. Like, that sounds so just basic, but just get started. Because honestly, for me, I was always trying to find the perfect moment, like the perfect time to start my budgeting. But the reality of the situation is there will never be a perfect time. The time is right now. Because you'll find yourself saying, well, I'm going to wait for 3 months, or I'm going to wait until tax season comes. I'm going to wait. And the reality is you could have saved so much money by the time you decided to get started. Or you could have eliminated so much debt by the time you decided to get started. There will never be a perfect time. So do just get started. Where you are, just get started. I will do a video this month on some of the things that I did to help me get started on my budgeting journey, because I definitely am a lot further now than I was a year ago. And so I'll share that video as well. But yeah, just get started. Like, stop putting off for tomorrow what you can literally do today. And, you know, I know that on YouTube, you see a lot of us with binders and things like that, but majority of that, if we're going to be honest, majority of that is for entertainment purpose. Like, we want what you watch to be entertaining and things like that. So we enjoy doing it for you. So we don't want to come to you with like just things that would not motivate you to save. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Don't get me wrong, we would still be doing this even if the camera wasn't in front of us, because this method genuinely works for us. But what I'm saying is, like, we go and we get the latest challenges. We purchase, you know, purchase or even produce the greatest challenges or hot ticket items that makes it fun for us, but will also be fun for you. But hear me out. Like, on my channel, I have a video that shows me making a DIY 100 envelope savings challenge, right? And while I also have that, I also have this, right? And I got this from Two Sister Bees, right? The 100 envelope savings challenge binder, which, you know, it comes with a dashboard. It came with a pen, and it comes with all of that, right? Cool, great, wonderful. That's all fine and dandy. But maybe you don't start off there. Maybe you start off with a composition notebook or a spiral notebook. Maybe you start off with a couple sheets of paper. I don't know, right? But just get started. And I'll show you how I got started in another video, or talk about that in another video. But I just want to encourage you, like, just go ahead and do it, right? I know you keep saying, oh my gosh, it just feels like I'm drowning in bills. I'm drowning in debt. And let me just say this. If you feel that way, if you feel like I'm drowning in debt, I'm drowning in, you know, bills and expenses, that's actually the perfect time. If you are looking for a perfect time, right? That would be the perfect time, so that you can sit down and you can begin to navigate so that you don't feel as overwhelmed. So you know what your finances are doing, what you have to do to get to a better place. So number 1, do just get started, okay? Number 2, go into this journey with a goal in mind. Go into this journey with a goal in mind, right? So when you sit down and you're like, okay, I want to get on this budgeting journey, ask yourself a few questions, right? Like, what do you want to see? When do you want to see it? How do you plan to get there? And you need to discover your why. Why am I doing this journey? And when you discover that why, hold on to it. I don't care if you have to get a pack of Post-it notes and write it down in that Post-it note and stick it up on your wall or on your mirror or somewhere in eyesight. Put it on your windshield in your car. Put it in your wallet. I don't care. Find that why, hold on to that why, because when life's difficult moments come, because it's inevitable, it will happen, right? So when those moments come, you remember, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And you keep that in the forefront of your mind so that it helps you to get through your difficult moments, right? So I got into this journey because, one, I wanted to tackle the debt that I had. That's number one. Number two, I wanted to stop living paycheck to paycheck per se. And when I say paycheck to paycheck, there was some times before I started this method where I wasn't even making it to the next paycheck. Overdraft every single time. Like, it's not even a game. But since I have begun this journey and I've been managing my finances better, I have not had to experience that overdraft, right? And if I did, it was because, I forgot that I need to put the money back in the account to cover this X, Y, and Z, right? So my goal was to come out of that overdraft every single pay, that paycheck to paycheck living, become disciplined in my spending so that I can know what I'm putting my money towards, and to just make sure my bills were paid, right? Like those are my whys, which is why when I get paid, those bills get paid immediately. Get it out there. Let's go. Get the money. Take the money. We can't wait, right? Like get my money up out this bank, okay? Because at the end of the day, although adulting and bills is not what we want to do, it's what we have to do. So I'm always just like, let's do what we have to do, take care of these responsibilities and keep it pushing. All right. Okay. So that was going to this journey with your goal in mind. Always keep that goal in the forefront of your mind. What do you want to see? And listen, when you reach that goal, make another goal. So if your goal is to save $1,000 in your emergency fund, once you reach that $1,000, okay, what's your next goal? And you keep making those goals so that you can keep making those strides, keep yourself motivated to finish this journey and to finish this journey strong, okay? Number 3, find the method and the strategy that works for you. I cannot tell you how many times I had to go back to the drawing board because I was trying to do what I saw other people doing on YouTube, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, because when I went to YouTube, the point was to learn and get an understanding of, okay, how can I do this? What way can I navigate? But once I understood the strategies, it was up to me to now say, okay, how can I use these strategies to help me? Okay. And I was not doing that at first. At first I was like, I got to do it this particular way because this is how they were doing it. This is how they were doing it. But it wasn't working for me. And so after a while I had to say, okay, let's pump the brakes. Let's revisit this. Let's figure out what we're doing here. And then I had to go back to the drawing board and find out what strategy worked for me. So when you think about this, think about a few things, right? When you're finding the strategy that works for you, are you best doing your budget digitally, or are you better doing it on paper? Which one works for you? Are you better with saving digitally, or would you do a lot better saving your cash? When it comes to paying off your debt, which one will be better for you? The debt snowball method or the debt priority method? Take a look at what would work better for you. Just because it works best for somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the best strategy for you, right? Are you going to be the type of person that expense tracks daily? Are you going to do it weekly? Are you going to do it monthly? Do you need to do all three until you get a habit of what you're or get an understanding of what you're spending your money on? Do you need to do all three? That may seem excessive to some people, but to some people that may be necessary. I'm sorry, y'all. I talk with my hands. I've been that way my entire life. Right? So you just have to find out what method and what strategy works for you and actually do that. I had to do that, so that's what my recommendation would be. Number 4 of the do's, get an accountability partner. I cannot stress how important that was for me because, oh my goodness. If no one knew that it was my goal to save $1,000, once I got to 500, if I really wanted to go shopping, I probably would have did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably just would have did it. But because I understood that I done said I'm going to save $1,000. So if I don't save this $1,000, they're going to look at me like, girl, you ain't got no self-control. They're going to be like, I thought you had a goal that you didn't reach. They would hold me accountable. And it's so important to get an accountability partner. Whether that's somebody who's in your day-to-day life that you're going to go on this journey with, whether it's somebody that you follow on YouTube, or whether there's this thing on YouTube in the budgeting community, and I keep stressing YouTube because you're here because this is the type of content that you're into, right? Finding somebody on YouTube that helps to keep you motivated, okay? Seeing their videos makes you get up and go, all right, let's get this. I could do this, right? I cannot stress how many times I was in a rut and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like budgeting today, or I don't feel like doing those savings challenges today. And one of my favorite YouTubers will pop up and post a video. And I'm in the middle of watching the video and they're counting their money, they're doing something. I'm like, Deborah, get up. Get up, girl, and go and take care of this because you can get there too. You just have to be consistent. Consistency is key. That's not on my list, but consistency is key. Okay. But finding someone that I could be accountable to. And another part for me was also the fact that I do YouTube, right? So doing YouTube, I had to be accountable because if I went this week and said, okay, so we have, this is just an example, we have $60 in this and we're going to go and finish this challenge to the end. If we come back next week and the $60 that was in this challenge is gone, then y'all gonna be like, well, you're not really saving. Right? Like you're not really doing what you said you were going to do because you're spending the money. Where's the money that you're supposed to be saving in here, right? So that was kind of the accountability partner for me, that I'm doing YouTube. So the next YouTube video, this money still has to be in this savings challenge. I have no idea how often that saved me and helped me to build discipline. But also, there are YouTube channels out here that do group savings challenges. I know that Donna Powered by Creativity, she does some great group challenges. If you remember earlier this year, we did Budgeting Besties Bingo with Beautiful Me and You, right? With Celisa. She's doing one now with the Hello Kitty one. I'm doing it with her, even though she saved a lot more than I have, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Okay. So there are so many people out here that are doing group savings challenges. Find a team member or somebody and do that group savings challenge with them so that you can be held accountable, okay? And then number 5 for the do's. Be open to unexpected changes or hiccups. I'm going to say that again just in case y'all didn't hear me. Be open to unexpected changes and hiccups, okay? I have a don't that goes along with that too, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Life is going to happen. Can we take a moment and just chat real quick? Life is going to happen. We all hope for the best. We pray for the best. We plan for the best. But we also understand that sometimes the best just doesn't happen. Sometimes life just doesn't plan out the way that we want it to. God have mercy on us all. It just doesn't. And so we have to learn how to just deal with the punches when they come sometimes, okay? So what I want you to understand and do as an encouragement to you, because this is what I had to do, is to be open when something shifts, okay? Because that may mean that at the end of the year, you don't have 5 binders to pull money out of and say, I saved this much this year. But when your tires, when you needed new tires, you were able to buy those new tires back in June, right? Or when your furnace went up, you were able to get you a new, your HVAC. I don't know if a furnace is for central air. Is it? Don't get me lying, I don't have a clue. But you were able to get your central air fixed, right? You were able to, your car went up, you need to put a down payment on a new car. Life happens. Unexpected things happen. And I want you to come a little bit closer. Come a little bit closer and talk to me for a second. Give yourself some grace. Seriously. Give yourself some grace. It's okay. It didn't go how you planned, but you've made it through another day. You will get through another moment, and it will be well. Y'all know how we do on this channel, right? Whatever you're going through, difficult or not, give it to God. Let him help you handle this, right? Let him help you to get through that. Take a moment to just breathe. Release the stress. Understand that you are putting in the necessary effort to get to the next step, and you will, at some point, see the fruit of your labor, okay? Give yourself grace and be open for the hiccups or the unexpected changes. It's life, and you'll be okay. All right, so now those are my 5 do's. Again, I have more do's, but if I sat here and gave y'all all those do's, again, January 1st, okay? We'd be here for a little minute. But I just want to get through this. I don't want to hold you all too long. So now let's get into some don'ts. I think I only have 4 don'ts, perhaps. Oh, no, it's 5. Okay, 5 don'ts that I have. Number 1, and no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I want to just tell you what to do this one time. Number 1, don't compare your journey to somebody else's. Don't do it. 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 There's a song from Jonathan McReynolds. I think the name of it is Comparison Kills, right? And I've heard this saying over and over and over again, and it's so true that comparison is the thief of joy, okay? As I stated earlier in this video, everybody's life and situation is different, okay? So while you can use those of us who are here on YouTube and in the budgeting community as motivation, don't get discouraged if our journey looks a little bit different from yours, okay? Don't be discouraged if you see some people who are able to save high budget amounts. I don't know. Who are able to save high budget amounts, and you're able to save low budget amounts. Go ahead and save them low budget amounts. Why? Because they all add up. They all add up, right? And it will get you to your goal. Do not compare your journey to somebody else's. See what they're showing you as motivation. Take what they're showing you as motivation, but not as something that you have to measure up to, okay? Don't do it, okay? You are on your own journey. You are your own steward on this journey, and it's up to you to steward your finances well. And it has nothing to do with what someone else has going on in their bank account. This is something that I had to keep reminding myself, okay? Seeing people breeze through those 100 envelope savings challenges and like stuff $200-300 at one time, and you're like, all I can stuff is 50 this week. Stuff your 50. You're gonna be fine, baby. You really will. You really will be fine. It's going to be okay. Stop comparing. You are your own individual. This is your personal journey. Walk it and walk it proudly. Okay? All right, number 2, and as a don't, and this was so important for me, do not set unrealistic expectations for your budget. I'm still learning. I am still learning how to not do that. I'm still learning. And so I intentionally put this one in here because this is something that I will continue to work on, right? There are times where I budget so exhaustively to the point where I don't factor in the unexpected. I don't factor in the unexpected. And now I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, where am I going to pull this money from? No. Okay? Don't budget so exhaustively that you don't plan for the unexpected. Okay? I've watched numerous of my favorite YouTubers have an envelope set to the side just for unexpected life happens events, right? For those events where it's just like, oh my gosh, I forgot about it. Or it catch you up. And I'm not talking about a savings account or an emergency fund. Build those up. But I'm talking about you're in this month and somebody's like, oh my gosh, I have this once in a lifetime opportunity for you. Hop on it right now. You're like, oh my gosh. Now, don't just be doing it because it's a sale at Nordstrom or Saks Fifth Avenue. Like, wait a minute here. That's not what we're talking about. Right? Like you do a sinking fund for a Saks at Fifth. I mean, for a sale at Saks, okay? You do a sinking fund for that. Go to Walmart temporarily. Don't sleep on Wall. Okay, let me get back to the conversation. But I used to set realistic expectations, set unrealistic expectations for my budget, right? Thinking, oh, well, I can put $300 towards my car. No, you can't. You can't put $300 towards your car right now. You cannot put $300 towards your car. What you can do or should do, and this is me talking to myself, is put $200 and put $100 towards life happens. Put $100 towards life happens. Because that car's going to be fine for a little while, right? But what if you find yourself in a situation where, God forbid, your fridge goes up? You don't have a sinking fund for refrigerators. You don't. What are you going to do? Life happens. Yes. So I would set unrealistic, and you may think, oh, that's not an unrealistic expectation. Just create a sinking fund for it. That's what I'm saying right now. It was unrealistic because I did not have those things factored in. And so the sinking funds that I can't even show you my binders right now because they're not even around me, because I have them off in my bedroom because I'm redoing all of my sinking funds. And let me go back to number 1, which is comparing your journey to someone else's. I used to have sinking funds set up in my binders because I saw other people have them, not necessarily because they spoke to what I needed it for. Does that make sense? I would put these particular categories in there because I saw other people with these categories. But I would never stuff any money into those categories because I didn't need them. So why would I stuff money in them? You understand? That was my problem. That was my dilemma. And so now I'm not saying, and I'll give you another example of what setting an unrealistic expectation is, and then we'll move on. You know, and this is again me, I'm putting myself in this situation. But if you find yourself in this and the shoe fit, put that mug on. It's okay. You know that this is a bills check. The check you're about to get is a check for your bills, okay? You know, majority of your bills got to come out of this check. So you are working with very little variable expense fund and very minimal savings fund. Your friends say, I want to go out this weekend. And you're like, oh yeah, let's go out. I'll finagle the budget. I'll move the budget around so we can go out. No. You can't move the budget around because you got bills. You got bills, right? You have bills that you have to pay. So you're about to go out with your friend and try to do some finagling. Now you short on your bill and you gotta owe somebody some extra money. Now you late on something. You've missed the deadline. That's unrealistic expectations. Tell them, I love you. I would love to hang out with you. Can you come over the house? Can you come chill? Buy some board games. Go to Five Below. They got some nice games that y'all can play. Come over. Let's have a chill day in the house. We can order something small that fits within the budget. But I can't go out with you because then I have to spend gas or Uber money to get to where we got to get to. And then you're going to say, well, oh, I can pick you up. That's okay. Not this week, though. Let's do it next week. The money that you were going to spend, dear friend, you save that for next pay. And then next pay we can go out. Right? Because realistically, I know that I cannot afford to hang out with you and pay these bills out of this paycheck. Because after my bills are paid, I have minimal amount for variable expenses. That's my groceries. That's my gasoline. That's my miscellaneous, if you have one. That's my household fund. Right? I have minimal for savings. And I need to save at least $2. Save at least $2. Right? So that was me saying, okay, let's be realistic. You have to pull back. Sometimes we just have to be okay with telling people no. And it's not because I'm broke. I'm not going out with you because I'm broke. In fact, I'm not going out with you so that I can refrain from being broke. Like, that's why. So I have to set realistic expectations. Okay? So the first one, don't compare your journey to someone else's. 2, don't set unrealistic expectations for your budget. 3, don't feel like you can only be successful if you do this on YouTube. Don't. When I first started this, I was already doing YouTube, by the way, before I started my budgeting. I was already doing YouTube. And so I'm like, well, let me just start doing what I enjoy doing on YouTube. But I had to tell myself this because there were times where I did not feel like recording a YouTube video. I didn't want to record my budget and put it on YouTube. I didn't want to post a savings challenge video. I didn't feel like recording. I wasn't in the headspace to do it, especially around the time when I had that panic attack. It was like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to recover and be well, right? Times where I left YouTube for weeks. Max, it was like 2, right? But I still had to remain committed to the process. I had to remain committed to the journey that I was on. And so I had to tell myself, even if you don't pick up a camera again ever in life and do YouTube, stay committed to this process. Stay committed to this journey, okay? So don't feel like, oh, I don't want to start a YouTube, and so since I don't want to do a YouTube, I don't have to do all of that. No, baby, get you some savings challenges and do this in the comfort of your own home and save you some money. Get you some binders and make it beautiful and pretty for yourself. Even if you don't show a single soul, do it for you. Okay? So that was something that I had to remind myself. Deborah, you're doing this for you. I do it with you all for the entertainment purpose and because I enjoy doing it on YouTube. I really do. I enjoy the editing process. I enjoy sitting down and recording. I love it all. I really do. But if I didn't pick up the camera again, I had to be satisfied and content with saying, I'm still going to do this. Okay? Not for any other reason other than the fact that it works. I've saved without, unfortunately, the ability, and not even unfortunately, it is what it is, without being able to come to you all and show you the money outright, or even show you that it was at one point in my account. I have saved which is a big deal to me, may not be a big deal to other people. I have saved over $3,000 in 2024. That's a big deal to me, to have saved over it's actually over 4,000. Because there was some money that I didn't even bring to y'all. I just put it into a separate account. So it was over $4,000 that I saved, y'all. Me, if you if you had asked me this time over 2 years ago how much money I saved in a year, I'd be like, baby, save what? But I've saved it, and I've done this because it genuinely works. So even if I don't do it on YouTube, I'm committed to doing this. And so even if you've never started a YouTube channel, be committed to this process because it genuinely works. Whether you do this digitally or you cash stuff, it works. Okay, let me wrap this up because the video is getting kind of long. Okay, number 4 of the don'ts. Do not, and this goes along with, let me go back. This goes along with number 5 of the do's, okay? Number 4 of the don'ts. Do not stop going if you make a misstep. Don't stop going. Yeah, don't stop going. Yeah, don't stop going. Keep going even if you make a misstep. And when I say misstep, you under budgeted this month. You went over budget. You did not save as much as you wanted to this month. You did not track your expenses the way you should have. And so now it has some of your numbers off kilter. Like, okay, you misstepped. Let's get right back into it. There's no time for, oh man, I didn't do, or oh, I wish I had it. It's nope. This is what it is. Here is where we are. We're going to do our best to do better in the future. Do not stop going. Keep going. Keep going. What's that Dory saying? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming.
Right? Just keep on going, baby. You're going to get to your destination on this journey. Ooh, I got a challenge right here that I'm about to put in somebody's order. Listen, we on a journey. We on a mission because we got goals to reach financially. Do not stop. If you misstep, all right, get back up on your good foot and keep on trucking. You got this. You got this. You got this. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. You can do it. Okay, and then last but not least, this is kind of like a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. Do not be afraid to spend the money that you saved on what you saved it for. / do not hesitate to start over when you need to. Okay. Now let me explain what I mean by the both of these because it's 2-in-1. Okay. I would save money in my transportation sinking fund. Oh, aren't these so cute, y'all? They're where did I get these from? I don't remember. If I figure it out before I edit this, then I'll put it in there. If not, then it's cool. Shein. So I would put money into my into my what's it called? Transportation sinking fund. So I thought somebody was in the house. Transportation sinking fund. Then something would go on with my car, like I need an oil change, right now. And that just dawned on me. So I'm going to have to, let me write that down so that I can factor that into my next paycheck, child. Okay. Oil change. Maybe I should put it back here. When I'm done, I'm going to write it right up here. Oil change. So that when I walk past here, I remember. I'll put money oh my gosh, why do I keep wanting to say travel? In my transportation envelope. And I would need something for my car. It would be like, no, I don't want to take it out of my transportation envelope. Huh? Baby girl, that's what you saved that for. You put that money in there for transportation for your vehicle. So when Serenity start acting like she don't know what she want to do, you going to need that money. So why you not using the money? You understand what I'm saying? That was my issue. I did not feel comfortable spending the money on what I saved the money for. And I don't know if it was because I was excited that I saved it. So I was like, I don't want to spend it. Or if it was me just being at the point of, I don't want to go back to the place of not having. So let me just hold on to it as tight as I possibly can. And so there would be times where I would put money towards something when it was like out of my paycheck when I didn't have to, because I had money waiting to be used. So I had to tell myself, it's okay to spend the money on what you saved it for. Now don't be out here spending money that you have not properly allocated. That's what I had to tell myself. But if you've saved it for that, why not spend it on that? With that being said, I had to also tell myself it's okay to start again. If I've saved $95 in my transportation envelope and my what's it called? Oil change was $94.72. Okay, spend that $95, come back and start again. And one thing that was, I think, an issue for me was the fact that I had trackers. And so when I put money into my sinking funds and I pulled money out, and when I say trackers, I mean, let me see if I can find one really quickly. Okay, wait. Have y'all seen my freebies for my Christmas freebies? 1 second, guys. I want to show y'all what I mean. They're on my website now under freebies, and they're called the Christmas Cafe. I'm not going to edit this part out, I don't think, because I was able to find it. This right here, right? So in my home envelope, I was doing this, and I was tracking it, kind of like a savings challenge, right? And I had come quickly soon to realize that when I take the money out, my tracker is not going to be accurate anymore. So now I felt like I would have to put money in for what I took out and then start saving again. I had to tell myself, no, it's okay to start over. Okay, the tracker showed that you had 2 houses saved, right? Okay. So when you go put money back in there, you still save for those houses. You just had to use them. Go ahead and scratch a line through them. Don't feel like you have to go back and then make up for the 2 houses to keep going. This is what I told myself, okay? If you want to keep, putting back in, that's up to you. I don't have an issue with that. I'm talking about what I told myself, okay? So what I had to tell myself was like, no, scratch those 2 houses out and start on the 3rd house. It's okay to start over. It's okay to start fresh and start new, okay? And that's what I had to tell myself. It's okay. And a lot of this journey is about giving yourself that grace. A lot of this journey is about, it didn't take over, and this is one thing that I want to stress to like those who are in a lot of debt. It didn't take overnight to get in all of that debt. It took you making a couple big purchases, a couple small purchases, and you found yourself in this. It's not going to be overnight for you to get out. It took a while. You've been having bad financial habits for a long time. And I know we want things to be quickly and overnight, but this is not a microwave type of a situation. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some discipline. It's going to take some development. Okay? Give yourself some grace. Okay? And so I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Those are my 5 do's and my 5 don'ts that I had to adapt or what's it called? That I had to accept, acknowledge, and hold on to from my first year of, well, it's been over a year now, but my first year of budgeting and stewarding my finances well. And I hope some way and another you were encouraged by this video and that it helped you in a little bit. If you take nothing else from this video, just take this, give yourself grace. It's okay. we will reach our goals. And if you have realized that you've reached some goals that you had in mind, go back to the drawing board, set some new goals. Plan out how you plan to reach those goals. It's good to have a vision, but it's also good to have a vision and a strategy. Okay? There's scriptures that say, write the vision and make it plain. Right? So write the vision, spell out how you're going to accomplish, write that goal, spell out how you're going to accomplish that goal, what you plan to do. And so that way, if things go awry, it'll be easy for you to pivot because you can see what you need to amend, what you need to adjust, okay? I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. If this is content that you are into, that you like, feel free. I'm not even going to say feel free. I'm going to ask you to please like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. This helps others to be able to, my video to get pushed out to others, right? So that they can see this content as well. What do we want to put in the chat? Let's do it. I'm going to shake up the dice. The number is 15. Put the number 15 in the comment section if you made it to the end of this video. I think that I actually might do that for all of my sit down and chat with me's. Yeah, so put the number 15, there it is, 15 in the comment section. Did I say chat? Oh gosh, in the comment section if you watched to this point of the video. Until next time, you all have an amazing week. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. God bless you.